Welcome to the bold analysis. Before I look at our today's analysis, I just want to revisit this shocking incident. I've been following the story surrounding the death of the former NHIF staffer, Waithera, and I simply don't get it that she was allegedly shot. I don't know what, and the people around never realized. There's no blood stain, but at the autopsy is when that is going to be realized. And if someone's shot, by the way, that way, it was not hardcore, but no one realized, then who is safe? Sometime Bodo, the famous, this country should be disbanded, said that this country should be disbanded and everyone to go home. It was a joke, but sometimes we wonder, do we really have a country? Tuko na nchi kweli? That revelation has been a bit shocking for me. But then that aside, kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and also like our video. I want to say thank you for those who are supporting us from different parts of the globe. Asanteni sana, asanteni sana. Let's head direct to Jubilee headquarters. And I saw today Raila Odinga, accompanied by the Azimio battalion, are going to Jubilee headquarters, and they visited the place, or their tour coincided with a political party's tribunal that has given an injunction against an earlier directive that gave nod to the new leadership led by the Sabina and the Kega camp to take over the Jubilee party. And of course, they were there yesterday. Then today, this is after their process was given a nod by the Office of Registrar of Political Parties. And I think I analyzed it saying that the way things happened very fast was very suspicious in terms of things looked a bit rushed. Now, this photo is photo of Raila Odinga sitting there. They decided, they went there, and when they arrived, I saw them, they were with the people. In fact, they were accompanied by some few Kenyans there, or few supporters. Both of them now going over to take over it. And I'll just have to show you something. The photo you're seeing here is that of Raila, maybe seated there in some official capacity. Someone would wonder, is he the opposition? Is he the party leader of the place or not? And this is what has been seen. Now, after that, they gave a press briefing and then they walked out. It's because Jeremiah Kioni has remained alone in that Jubilee party, the shell of the Jubilee party that is remaining. Now, as that was going on, there is what otherwise is a doctored WhatsApp chat that I've just seen. I know it's something that I tried to fact check, and yes, it doesn't look like it. But I want us to look at it because I decided to show it because it shows some sort of messagings, and that's what I want us to look at. Kanini Kega, I agree with Mheshimiwa Kainan. We are politicians, and it's easy to persuade the public once we have already done the dirty job of winning the party. Be strong, we can do this. That is in order. Wakili Mbugua has a team that's combing the party constitution to create a good defense in case of a protracted legal battle. Then Sabina, be like, I'm just worried public opinion, and especially our image, we might take the party and lose our popularity. That is there through Sabina Chege, however, and all that. Yes, Kitun, right now we have been branded as rebel group, and we did some legitimacy. Let's move fast. We shall deal with the rest later. Remember, we have already been served as to appear before the disciplinary committee, and I'm worried about the outcome, especially if we have not taken the office. Okay. That conversation continues. Hi team, I'm getting a lot of messages from people and constituents, and they don't seem happy with the moves we are taking. At first, I thought these people had paid to tarnish my name, but I have been feeling that's not the case. Okay, I will, because of course there is a lot of, now the perception is that we are doing, what we're doing is hostile takeover of the party and not a reclamation as we would like it to be. I agree with Mheshimiwa. Okay, all this creation has some very interesting messages, and I want to tell you it's a propaganda tool out there. So this propaganda tool comes to, I think those who will look at it, maybe on those who are advisors of Sabina and Kega and so, will have to be very strategic, because there is something being communicated there. And it's not about the authenticity or not. Someone is just communicating one thing, that number one, are they going to lose their popularity? Is it popular on ground? Is it popular on ground? Remember, Jubilee Party was not strong, even Mount Kenya last time. So I even wonder whether this is now making them popular themselves. But two, tarnishing their names. And in fact, the fact that it's being seen as a rushed thing. It also opens up a discussion. Did they want to reclaim the party or just take over the party from the owners? I still insist. No, Jubilee Party ni William Samoei Ruto. Mimi bado nimezamia hapo. Now that's all that narratives that are coming up from that tweet opens up to these three aspects. Ruto is then being seen as Ruto is rushing them in the process, backlash from the public, and then will they shed off Uhuru's linen from the party? Will it go that way? Timeliness of the move has been a very worrying factor, and I've been one asking now, is it was a matter of urgent? I don't see urgency in it. Between now and 2027 is a very long time. But it's a very long time. And I'm wondering why the urgency in executing now. Jubilee to Ruto does not hold its values if it's consumed by UDA. So that's one thing that they must look at. Now, I saw Raila Odinga there. I saw Raila Odinga at the Jubilee headquarters. What the Sabina and Kega camp, I want to tell you, what they were interested in the individual capacity, according to me, would be to shed off Uhuru Kenyatta from that party. Whether they take it to William Ruto or not, but even if they go to Ruto, they don't want Uhuru Kenyatta, because they lost their seats. Sabina did not vie, but Kega lost the seat in what was hostility against Jubilee. Of course, I'm confirmed that that's the truth, because the UDA candidate won. So moving out Jubilee, the fact that Raila is now defending it is simply telling you that Uhuru is behind it. That was the assumption. I can tell you, Jeremiah Kioni do not have the capacity to marshal the Azimio team to go and visit the Jubilee offices if Uhuru Kenyatta is not behind him. And there is no denial that the person that might have talked with Raila Odinga to visit the Jubilee headquarters is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. That's it. So, why is moving Jubilee, trying to shed off Uhuru Kenyatta at this moment, for me, is a wrong move for them. I think it's the wrong target. It's a wrong target because dynamics are changing. And I think those who are political advisors of the Kega camp should just also explain to him the reality. Dynamics are changing. What was actually planted as Uhuru venom in 2027 or in future might not be a very potent factor as much as the Mount Kenya election or the voting pattern is concerned. The activism on Uhuru venom may not be as strong, and you may even realize that if the population swing to Azimio, it's timely. It's a bit, it will not work well for them. And they have found themselves, they will find themselves in some sort of a hole. Because you're going there because you think the anti-Uhuru venom in 2017 is what is going to continue in 2027. Remember in 2027, not in 2027, 2022, is what going to continue in 2027. Remember, by that time, Uhuru was a president. So Uhuru was a sitting president with a lot of influence. And the discussion about tuliteswa na tukanyanyaswa was very potent. Now 2027, that discussion about tuliteswa tunyanyaswa is not there, because even mwenye ameteswa sasa has an opportunity to revenge, and they're already revenging. Look at what's happening to Matiang'i. So that's why someone should tell Kega and the Sabinas that kama mnaondoka ama mnafanya hivyo kwa sababu unadhani Uhuru alikuwa na jina mbaya, Uhuru alifanya hamkupata kitu 2027, 2022, then that might change and you might find yourself in some trouble. I want to tell you why it's not going to work now. For validation efforts, President Ruto will force them to run Uhuru smear campaign. That one I can predict. I can predict that where I'm seated here. William Ruto is very shrewd, and he will trap the breakaway Jubilee team to start smear campaign against Uhuru Kenyatta. For example, now Raila has gone there. So are they going to attack Raila or they're going to attack Uhuru Kenyatta? The interesting bit here is, I like the fact that Raila has gone. So those who are silent, Raila, Rutos, and now Rigathis, I'm looking at their reaction, but Rigathis been very silent of late. For their now they will react. They will find something to hit Raila. Now there is the narrative that it will take, or what will be forced to them to do when you attack the Railas. You will be attacking Uhuru Kenyatta, because Raila will tell you, I went there on behalf of Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta is in Nigeria, and I can tell you, they went there under Uhuru Kenyatta. It's a wrong move to think about shedding off Uhuru Kenyatta's burden in that party, because UDA ranks will likely sideline them because of the internal contests. When that party comes out of Uhuru Kenyatta's shadow and it goes under UDA, it will be consumed by UDA, and they're not ranking members of UDA. So I'm wondering the fit aspect. They will try to say, we have to remain with the loyalists. And William Ruto is very shrewd. He will not allow them to come and do a takeover there, even in UDA in Mount Kenya. The ranking in Mount Kenya will sideline them. And the tragedy here is, if you look at most of them, Ruto track record might be on the radar. And the party idol aspect, I don't think is what might sell in future. Remember, we started with issue-based politics. So in 2027, in the spirit of issue-based politics, Kenyans might want to audit the leaders in terms of the track record. In fact, people will ask about what you have done. Now, we've prayed for the plan. We've been told about everything the plan. So what do people expect is what so far has been implemented in that plan. So it's a bit early to think about shedding off Uhuru Kenyatta. With now Raila coming in the picture, it complicates the whole thing. And you find yourself between a rock and a hard place. Now do you attack who? Because this was not going to be won only in paper. It's also going to be won in the public court.